Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to review this time the Marvel Legends Jean Grey, Wolverine, and Cyclops Love Triangle 3-pack. Here's a look at the box. I love these boxes, man. The one that we got with Polaris and Havoc, and then this one, awesome. The pink and the blue just work really well. You can see the X in the back. Marvel 80 Years, X-Men. See all the trading cards. It's kind of hard to see right there. You got them back here. Little bios for everybody. It's great stuff, man. You got the X on the top. First we're going to look at is Cyclops. This guy is done really well. I prefer this guy over the Warlock Build-A-Figure version. I don't know if it's the jacket, I don't know if it's the color scheme, but I just like this guy more. So looking at the head sculpt, I like how the hair is swept to the left. I like this banana yellow going throughout the figure, especially on the visor. You can see the jacket. You can see the X on both sides. Really cool. And then you got his X logo in there. Yeah, pretty simple figure, but you know, pretty much the same, but just a few added parts. Now, the only problem I do have with this guy is actually two little things. I kind of wish that they added the same effect that they added with this Cyclops, as far as the head being has the slit for the optic beam, which I understand this is already a pre-established mold, so it doesn't make sense to just add it, but just to get an idea of how that would look like. Let me get that right. That looks cool. And probably the most frustrating thing about this figure for me is the fact that these I don't know what you call these leg guards or whatever, they fall off so easily, man. Like, this is just so annoying. Like, I love this figure, don't get me wrong, but it's just when I'm posing it around and just happening all the time, and it's just really annoying. But besides that, I love this figure. Looking at his accessories, he comes with this hand for his optic beam, and you can remove this hand. You can put other hands if you really wanted to. So there's how that looks. And getting it to his eye isn't too bad, but I don't know, man. I'm not saying I would like a double jointed elbow, but it would help a little bit. It's kind of hard to get it completely there. But anyways, he also comes with two interchangeable head sculpts, which I love. This one's probably my favorite. Got Scott Summers right there. The ruby quart sunglasses. Love that. I love the hair sculpt, actually. Looks awesome. You can actually use this for Daredevil if you really wanted to. And then the second one, a little different sunglasses. What's funny about these two head sculpts is they're actually two different people. If you look at it, they don't look the same. I don't know if this is a younger Cyclops and this is an older Cyclops, but not the same head sculpt. Not a big deal, but I'm just noticing that. But good stuff, man. So here's how that look if you wanted to have Matt Murdock with his mask off, or if you really wanted to, you can have this Cyclops, which is actually really hard to get now. And then you can put this head on there. See if that ball peg fits. Yep. And that looks good. And also the other one. Quick rundown of the articulation. It's the Old Man Logan body mold and the Bucky Cap body mold. So the head looks up, moves down, side to side, arm moves back and forth, up and down. So with the bicep, single joint at the elbow, wrist moves side to side, hand moves up and down. Ab crunch. This does fall out easily, just, you know, make sure it's plugged in there before you crunch it. It has a waist swivel, moves forward, back, and out. So with the thigh, double joint at the knee. And you can see these are moving again. Castle foot moves up and down, and an ankle pivot. There's some other Jim Lee Cyclopses. Here he is next to the Warlock Build-A-Figure version. Basically the same thing, it's just that the blue's different, the yellow's different, and obviously has a jacket. And like I said, I do like this one better, but this one's cool as well. I actually got this guy, I want to say, like last month. I was looking for him for like 2 years, and I actually found him at a comic book store. The price was a little much, but it wasn't as bad as it is online. And then you got the Toy Biz X-Men Classics Cyclops, which, I mean, a lot of people used to use it back in the day as their Jim Lee Cyclops, but these two are superior, especially this guy. Next, we're going to look at Wolverine, and what's crazy is this figure instantly became my favorite Wolverine figure in Marvel Legends. I don't know what it is, man, but everything that I thought could have been better with the previous versions, or that I wanted in the previous versions, it's in this figure for some reason, and they just killed it out of the park. So much so that I was almost tempted to cancel my Mafex Wolverine that's coming shortly. But anyways, this guy's awesome. Basically the same thing that we got with the other Wolverines, but the yellow is actually yellow. Whereas in this one, it was more of an orange color, which I didn't mind actually, but I do like this one. It's more of like the classic 90s version, maybe the one that you would see in the cartoon, but very cool. Also, on the topic of this one, the tiger stripes are actually different. And then the blues are different. This one's more of a light blue. This one's more of a dark blue. The X's are the same. This one's just painted a little better. And then what else? Yeah, just the blues are different. Head sculpt is pretty much the same. And yeah, I think the claws are also a little darker on this one. This one's more of the white color, which I'm not a big fan of, but this one has that darker metallic color for that one. Yeah, man, pretty much the same figure. I love this head sculpt. I always did. Very, very cool stuff. And what's crazy is this guy actually has a little bit of shading. He's more of a tan color, which is cool. It doesn't have arm hair, but still cool. Maybe he wanted to shave today. Pretty much the same thing. And what's killer for me is the accessories. So the accessories for this Wolverine figure are out of the park, man. First, you get this head sculpt, which I'm pretty sure we got with the 12-inch Wolverine. And this is awesome, man. You can see that the hair is coming out. I wasn't sure how well this was going to be translated, so I got it in hand, but this is awesome right here. You see that the whatever you call it, the mask has a little rip in there. You know, there's all these scratches and details in there. Hole right there like it got shot in the head. Really, really cool stuff. I like that yelling face. Looks awesome, man. And then, not only that, you get bone claws, which, I mean, we've never, ever gotten this in Marvel Legends. Any Wolverine figure, we've never gotten this. And we finally have it, and it came out awesome, man. These are well done. Then, you can pop them out to get an idea of how that looks. Want to have a little Savage Wolverine. Just a little fun fact, there's a story called Fatal Attractions. Magneto ripped out Wolverine's adamantium, and he basically found out that he has bone claws. And with that, with his adamantium being removed, he became more of like a feral type of beast, because his healing factor was constantly healing himself from his adamantium poisoning, and he became basically like Sabretooth, actually. But yeah, that was a little fun fact. You can see how that looks. It's awesome, man. And then this is awesome. This is probably my favorite Logan head that we got in Marvel Legends. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but once I got it in hand, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. It's not oversized like the other ones. When it comes to the cowl, I'm pretty sure this came with Dakin back in the day. And that looks awesome, man. That popped on there. Forgot to mention, it doesn't come with any clawless hands, but if you know the trick, if you've been collecting Wolverine figures for a while, you know that these can be taken out. It's not a big deal. So there's that, and then they can be inserted back in with ease. Quick rundown of the articulation. If you're not familiar, head looks up, moves down, side to side, arm moves back and forth, up and down. This moves up and down. Butterfly joint, split the bicep, double joint at the elbow. Wrist moves side to side, hand moves up and down. Ab crunch, waist oval, leg moves forward, back, and out. So with the thigh, double joint at the knee. Castle foot moves up and down, and ankle pivot. Just to get an idea of how these two look and the differences. You can see the oranges. Well, the orange, and then you got the yellow, and then you got the lighter blue. And then the tiger stripes are different. Head sculpt is the same, but yeah, I really, really like this figure. If they can give us an astonishing Wolverine with this exact getup, minus the bone claws, you know, the unmasked head, the cowl, all that stuff, oh my god, that would be the best Wolverine figure in Marvel Legends history, in my opinion. And last but not least, Jean Grey. This figure is awesome. Gorgeous head sculpt, good sculpt, and big improvement from what we got in the Rocket Raccoon wave. Looking at this head sculpt, at first we weren't really sure what we were going to get with this head sculpt. It was like kind of different. I think this one had the ponytail, and then this one had the long hair, but they switched it around, and either way, really cool. Like the hair flowing. Really good stuff, man. The blue is awesome. I really like this. It's kind of like a metallic blue for the shoulders, and then this flat blue for this area right here, but still looks cool. And these gauntlets are the same one from the previous one, but they're done really nicely. They fixed the oversized hand. You can see the X. Mine came out a little spotty, but it's not bad. And you can see a little pouch on the side. And surprisingly, they gave both her and Polaris, they gave her new feet. I don't know what it is, but these are way better than what we were getting before. They've been using this sculpt for the feet for the women for a very long time, and it was kind of hard for them to stand up. I don't know why, but they were. But now they gave us this, which is way better in my opinion. And I think this is a new body mold as well. Besides the fact that she doesn't have a lot of articulation, this is a great body mold. Here's a look at the interchangeable head sculpt. Got the ponytail. I'm a little worried about moving this head up because I don't want this ponytail to rip. Kind of wish it was articulated, but not the biggest thing in the world. Really like this. She's kind of smiling. Good stuff, man. You can see the ear. And as far as the articulation, I have the head off just so you can see how far back this head can move up. And like I said, I don't really want to put this ponytail on there. I just don't want it to rip or anything like that. But obviously when you have the hair on there, it doesn't really move up. But it does move down, which is good. And you can move side to side, left and right, pivot. Arm moves back and forth, up and down. No swivel at the bicep, single joint at the elbow, which is a little better than what we were getting before. And this gauntlet moves, and the arm moves side to side, hand moves up and down, swivels. Decent diaphragm joint, moves forward a little bit, moves back really well. Pivots. And then you got the leg, moves forward, back, and out. So with the thigh, double joint at the knee. Foot moves up really far, moves down, and ankle pivot. And here she is compared to the Rocket Raccoon Builder figure Wave Jean Grey. And a lot of people had mixed feelings about this one, including myself, especially with this hand and the marbleization with the blue. But they fixed everything into this figure, which this one's great. One thing I will say that kind of bothers me about this figure is her arms don't really move to the side too well. They kind of poke out. It's not too big of a deal because she is a telepath and maybe she wants to float around. But if I want to have her relaxing, it's a little distracting. But great stuff, man. This head sculpt's a little spotty, but they pretty much fixed everything that was wrong with this figure and put it on here. The belts are the same and the gauntlets are the same. So honestly, I'm going to give this set a 10 out of 10, man. The reason why is because you get so much. You get so many interchangeable parts, accessories, whatnot. It's just, I want that in almost every Marvel Legend. $20 figure, $60, $50, $100, $200. I want that. Accessories, interchangeable parts, stuff like that. Just great stuff overall. If I'm going to be paying $60 for a box set, I'm going to be expecting, interchangeable parts and whatnot, and we get that in this set. Just great stuff overall. Great business move of just including these three and getting what we wanted with the previous Cyclops, with the jacket, and then we got a new Jean Grey with interchangeable head and just a completely different body, and just great stuff overall, man. Definitely recommend this set. I think it's on Big Bad Toy Store right now. That's where I got it. I think Best Buy might have it. I mean, GameStop, it's kind of spotty, but definitely get this set. Alright guys, thank you all for watching. I'll definitely be posting my top 10 sometime this week of figures and Marvel Legends, and I have a ton of reviews I want to get done before the year ends. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you later. Peace.